You said you lost your NCAA ring. What you said?
The ring when I got with Coach Thompson.
Wow.
My ring I got with Coach Thompson. My first year in college, I went NCAA.
Wow.
Let me say some pictures.
Yes, sir.
I got the Georgetown first year pictures. You want that?
What was your thoughts when you look at that picture? When you took that picture, yo? What was your thoughts when you first see that? You was like,
I remember the day I was leaving to go to school. I was in the bathroom crying. I knew I wanted to leave home, but that was different right there. I remember pulling up on campus. First day on campus, I was chilling with Patrick Ewing. Pulled up in the 600 two-door.
Oh my goodness.
That was what, 97? That was big right there. That was what 50 was talking about in his movie.
Wow, classic. Holla at your boy, we on Gems in the Rock. We got another guest on Gems in the Rock. My boy holding it down, in case y'all don't know, from Brooklyn. Brooklyn's finest. Your boy Shamel Jones. Salute, fam. How you been?
How you been, man? I've been chilling, man.
That's what's
Living
up.
a life in Brooklyn.
Yeah, man. So we've been talking off camera and whatnot. We definitely been, reminiscing about your days of playing basketball. I want to go back into your high school days. And before then, pretty much, middle school, you played. When was it, that you realized that you wanted to really play basketball and whatnot? Because you've been tall. It seems like you've been tall your life. You know what I mean? I know everybody was like, yo, man, it's a basketball, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, mine came from 309. I grew up in an area where everybody was balling. I had Sherrod Folks, I had LeVar, I just had a whole bunch of guys in my area that just was not good basketball players. These dudes was really good. They really performed. And then when I go to the park, they'll kick me out because I wasn't that good.
Right. We had some old cats too that never even made the league or no high school that played. God bless his name, Marcus.
Yes,
and so
Marcus,
forth.
Ice. We got some names.
Yeah.
That area right there. Even Worthy from that area. Sam Worthy from the area.
Okay, Chicago Bulls at first.
Yeah, so we got that area right there. Basketball has always been a mecca for basketball in New York. It's always talent over there. So, being over there and seeing them guys made me want to be in that limelight. But it took it to another level for me.
So as far as middle school, did you first start playing under the whistle in middle school or was it high school?
Oh, it left for me after 6th grade. I left 309. I went to then you graduated out of the 6th grade. So 7th grade, I went to 324. I met this guy named Larry Major. We hit it off. We worked hard. By the time I was my 8th grade years, I was the #1 8th grader in America.
Right.
I was doing junior high school practice and high school practice, and then wherever he go ref, I was going to play with them there and rep. So I was getting plenty of basketball in.
Experience, yeah, a lot of experience and whatnot. And middle school, you wound up going to high school. What have you? What was it like when you entered high school, started competing and whatnot?
Oh, high school. High school, I bought my coach back. My coach sent me to where he was coaching high school at Paul Robeson. Paul Robeson they was in the B division. I had a lot of schools recruiting me, but it was about changing something. And he explained to me he had a lot of guys from the area that just didn't come.
That he wanted to come.
That he wanted to come more than me. Like he wanted Sherrod folks. He wanted Sherrod. Sherrod didn't go. Sherrod went to Grady. And he used to tell me about some of these people. But going there, my first year, I lost in the playoffs. We got the right puzzle pieces. Second year, I won a championship. Third year, we was something. We had.
You played with some cats that also went to Division I too, some guards that went to Division I. Even back in the days, I started seeing some of them in the Source magazines and so forth.
Yeah, I played with, it was me, it was Todd Miles. We got Alan Griffin at Syracuse, assistant coaching right now, where he went to school and graduated. We got Phil Grant. We had Eric Williams, Jamil Watkins. Jamil went in the league for a little while. Kenyatta Brown. We had a lot of guys. We was at least 2-3 teams deep just to play anybody. In New York at that point, the biggest team we had to play was Lincoln with Steph and Jamel Thomas and them. They beat us in the championship, but
y'all went to the Garden and played.
We went to the Garden and played them. I played in the Garden 4 times in high school.
Wow, that's big. That's big. That's big. What was it like playing that big stage for the first time and throughout, your high school career? Out of those 4 times, what was the most memorable, time playing in the Garden?
My memorable time, I think it had to be. It's a cross between my championship against Lincoln and going against Stephon them, and that was a good game. Everybody seen that game. Stephon them tell you that was a good game. And then the game against Patterson Catholic with Tim Thomas. They gave us that game in the Garden. Tim was #1 in Jersey. I was #1 in New York. We was going at it. It was a good game, man.
Right. I understand there was somewhat of a riot during one of y'all games in the Garden. You care to speak on any of that? That experience? The Garden.
That was my first championship in the Garden against who was playing? I think it was George Washington. That was coming out of the B division. Close game, really good game again. Todd, my point guard, took the shot from half court, trained it. Ran to the other end, made an obscene gesture. Other crowd came down. That crowd, it was traumatic. I seen that on ESPN a while years later. They just kept on showing that. That was
like most memorable events that happened in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, they almost closed all high school basketball in Madison Square Garden because of that. We had to come out and speak, and
that's crazy.
That's high school, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, what was it like entering, college? I remember there was a time when John Thompson, God rest his soul, came to Brooklyn. I was in the park that day, 309 Park. I remember him walking, big towering, coming from Ralph Avenue in Madison, coming through the park, and he was coming through the park, and I'm sitting there like, wow, that's John Thompson. Wow, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there stuck in awe because he's in Brooklyn. I see this guy on TV. And you was playing, whatever the case, and then you didn't realize it was him because you had your back turned to him, and then somebody brought it to your attention that he was in the park. You turned around and he was walking towards. So I'm like, wow, like you brought John Thompson to the now, bro. What's that like?
That being older, looking at it now, and I'm like, wow, I did some things, and I always gave back to my community, my friends. None of them could say.
Do you remember that experience, though?
remember that. I remember when he pulled up. I remember when he came upstairs. You know, John Thompson sit on my mom's couch. And when he sit on it, it broke in half. he broke my mom's couch. I will always remember that. That was my... I was used to, like, all the coaches being around me. Mm-hmm. You know, being the high-profile athlete that I was. Mm-hmm. I was used to them being at Robeson in the gym with me and, being seen with them in the street and stuff. Mm-hmm.
But it's different when he's sitting on your couch.
It was different. Coach Thompson is an icon. He changed. Being older now, he changed so much dealing with minority in basketball and just helping that minority take that next step, understanding they can take that next step and achieve more. Was big. What he did with Allen Iverson, that was hard for me. Right. You know, I came into Georgetown right after Allen Iverson left. Right. Coach Thompson asked me to run point guard. That was a big, that was a big responsibility. That's an NBA legend. That man is in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. To come in and step behind him like that was, it was tough. Right. Dealing with school and everything, it was a real big challenge. Right.
You also shared different college experience in another college in Memphis. What was it like with your transition going to Memphis?
Memphis as a person, Memphis changed me. Memphis made me grow up. Memphis made me understand. I was around more mature people. Mm-hmm. It was more of a settle back. I never had that experience.
What made you leave? People never knew, in case for the viewers who
To be honest, I wasn't smart enough. Mm-hmm. Georgetown was, I had 5-hour basketball practice. That was nothing. But then I had papers due that, I wasn't used to doing. I'm talking about numbers of paper. I was getting work done. Yeah, right. But the level of sleep was, I was working on 60%, probably 30, 40% some days. And some of them days, it was hard because I really didn't care no more. First day, Coach Thompson said he was retiring. Yeah. I came there because of him. Yeah. So then my grandfather died that year. Big impact of my life. I didn't even go to his funeral. I stayed with my team, and that's what you're supposed to do. Is a team. This is through thick and thin. It's like a marriage. Yeah. So
you wound up going to Memphis and whatnot. And when you first arrived in Memphis, whatnot, what was it like? your first experience getting there? And what position did you transition to playing?
I went to Memphis. I started off at the small forward position. I had fun. I had Jimmy Snap Hunter down there. I had Jermaine Osley, Omar Sneed, Marcus Moody. I had some guys that, being from the city, you didn't know that they was good. But I played Memphis when I was at Georgetown. Okay. And we played against Cedric Henderson and all of them. So when I went down there, those were people that was like, hey, we remember you. You was cool.
Know what time it was.
And then you seeing them go straight to the lead and stuff. So, okay, I'm in a good spot. They loving me here and this and that. Maybe I could work better. Bigger school, more help. Georgetown wasn't that big. I needed more help with school. And I got that in Memphis.
Derrick Rose went there too.
Derrick Rose went there. DeJuan Wagner was down there with me. I was leaving now. He was down there having fun.
Did you leave when?
I didn't get to play with Wani.
My Rose. Was Rose there?
No, I wasn't there with Derrick Rose. Right. Derrick younger than me.
Gotcha.
But Memphis was a good stepping stone. It helped a lot of people mature.
Right. So you left there and whatnot. What was your next step after Memphis?
My next step was I was actually being looked at by the Sixers, dealing with I guess a hookup through Calipari. He had just came from the Sixers. I've always adjusted my game, so it was more on improving yourself. But I broke my hand. I broke every metacarpal in my hand and my wrist.
Damn.
So that was healing, and I came back a little too early. So I ended up going to Argentina for the national team and played out there for a while.
Okay.
Played out there, won for a few months. It didn't suit with me being out of town.
Right. Get homesick a little
Homesick, I didn't understand any
the
of that
language and
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, the language, I was really by myself in the hotel
Isolated,
room,
right?
isolated. Mm-hmm. But I ended up playing a number of years overseas, jumping around, going from here to there.
Right.
It was an experience. It was fun.
That's what's up, man. So what's it like today in the game that's played today, you know, with all of those stages that you played from college, high school? What's it like to you today looking at basketball now in its atmosphere today?
Wow. I mean, I like the progression of basketball. I love the new talent. I love the athleticism in most of these kids. I love the big man. I wish it was more of a position-orientated league still, where it was
Get
a
away from
center.
the post. Yeah, get away from the post a lot.
Yeah, it's not like that no more. But I love the game. I love how it's progressing. I love these new kids that's coming out, how they able to just, I mean, God, some of these kids could really jump.
Right.
I was able to jump. Some of these kids could jump.
Right.
The highest jump I ever seen was Michael Wilson. And Michael was a jumper. These kids jump higher than him.
Yeah, jumping. So what athlete in Brooklyn that you could somewhat stand out and give you, say that you gave you run for your money in your position and whatnot? There's a lot that you know what I mean. Just grab from and whatnot.
I don't know.
Cause you remind me of, like, you was able to put the ball on the floor as your size and whatnot, where people thought that, you know, back then, centers can't put the, you really embodied saying, you know what, no, I'm gonna show y'all that I could put the ball on the floor. And we played in some tournaments. If you can name some tournaments that you played in Brooklyn that you somewhat.
You know, I don't think it was that many dudes I could say that I had trouble with in Brooklyn. One dude that I really like, I respected his game, God bless his dad, Alamo.
No doubt.
Yo, I loved his game, yo. He made me understand that, you're not doing nothing wrong as a tall dude dribbling.
Right.
I played with him some pro in the USBL. Okay. We almost won a championship in the USBL.
Wow.
So, you know, dealing with basketball, being a Brooklyn guy, Madison Avenue, 309, middle of the hood, can hit Alexa and say, Alexa, who is Shamel Jones? And she'll say, that's a playground legend. I achieved. I have my degree. I still help. I have 4 boys.
That's what's up. So this part of the segment is we're going to go through some pictures and whatnot. If you mind, you know what I'm saying, sharing some pictures with us in terms of what you've been through when you see these photos. It's a nice segment to transition to because it's like a time capsule that'll give you somewhat of a time period of what was going on in that particular image. So if you don't mind sharing.
Well, this is my Georgetown picture.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first year at Georgetown.
What was it like taking it?
I went to college and I was just thinking, you know, I had Kobe lead and go to the league. I was thinking about leaving to go to the league. Coach Thompson said choosing of college is the most important. So I thought being with him would have been that thing. It was. I had a great time. He taught me so much.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, the school wasn't for me.
Right. The system wasn't.
The system wasn't for me. It was a lot going on.
Right. You shared another picture with John Thompson, I believe, and when he was coaching. I think I've seen that picture too on the net as well. Yeah. And it's a real good picture showing his passion, his direct impact on the game once he's giving directions and so forth. You know, what was it like seeing that when you first saw that picture you showed me earlier with the towel around him?
Yeah, this picture right here.
Yeah, what was it like? He's in the game focused.
You know, Coach Thompson. You know, people have their own perspective about people, but being around somebody, interacting with a person face to face, you get to see who that person is. And to me, he was such a father figure. He was, he was a really good dude. Right. That was that dude right there. I mean, there's no finagling around, just straight to it. And learning and understanding the game. What I learned at Georgetown helped me at Memphis. Right. That helped me to be able to say, okay, I'll give up the three because I know you need this guy to, and adjust my game to, it wasn't always about me. It was preparation for the whole preparation for that big goal. And that big goal was always that big goal. We counted as the ring. They counted as historic events for them.
Right. You also showed me a picture earlier with you getting a rebound. I'm not sure if it was cross seas.
That was me. I lost so many pictures. That was me at Memphis. That was one of the rebounds in the paper. When we beat Tulsa.
Got you.
We beat Tulsa. Score was like 64, 63 seconds left. I grabbed the rebound and game over. Big rebound.
Yeah, man, you got rebounding, you got scoring in your game, blocking. What was your most dominant thing that you really loved to do in games when you played?
Oh, defense. Defense became, it was like a challenge. As long as I done played, I done been able to score on people. I could go down the list of the amount of people I done played, from KG to Kobe to down the list. It goes on, and the biggest thing is the ability to stop them.
What was it like playing with Kobe? Let's stop right there.
Oh, Kobe is
I seen a picture circulating. I think Ed Cody was on that team.
Yeah, that was the Magic game. Kobe was a different dude. I played with Kobe in camp a few times. I seen him abroad. His work ethic was just different. He was, being older, being around an athlete, more than likely if your child want to do it, he will become an athlete. And his father was an athlete. Jelly Bean Bryant, he was an athlete. So, being overseas and going like that, Kobe just wanted to win.
Right. At all aspects.
All aspects, he wanted to win. Yeah. And who are you as an athlete? When you're an athlete, if you can't tell yourself that I'm better than him, no matter if that person is Jordan standing right next to you, if you can't say I'm better than you, you're not going to make it. Right. You don't have it in you to make it.
Right. You also showed me a picture. I'll definitely put it on the screen when you send it. Is a picture with a couple of your old buddies playing basketball.
Oh. Yeah.
And I remember playing with one of those players that's in that picture. We had Charles Jones way back in camp when we went to BC All-Stars. Hell of a player. What's it like getting back to, those players that you once grew up, and now y'all older now, just chopping it up and, going to gyms and stuff? Because there's some people that's not active anymore, but those that's able to still play, what I'm saying? What's your thoughts when you get called out and be like, yo, come and play or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know, these guys, most of these guys, they still see me play and they know I could still go.
Right.
And the 40 and over tournaments and stuff like that, because you're older now, you get to link up with the old athletes and see what they doing. And
Show who's in that picture. Name who was in that picture.
Oh man, that picture was,
Charles Jones in there.
I had Charles Jones. I had Gordon Malone.
They used to mistake y'all.
Mook, yeah, Gordon was a hell of a basketball player.
Yeah.
Gordon, you know, a lot what I tell them all is, you know, it's not so much, you know, when you see those guys like Kobe and Jerry Stackhouse and them, what made them who they are is they had those people around them that had them grounded and mature.
Yeah.
Most of us, we was really from the hood. We was really good. We was really athletic. You couldn't outlook us, but our maturity level wasn't there. My maturity level wasn't there. Look at Lamar. Lamar is a great athlete.
He played against
couldn't deny.
too.
Me and Lamar used to ride in the little cars together. Yo, Lamar Odom. But you know, paths go their own way. Everybody's doing. It's good to see everybody doing good. Yeah. It's good to see Lamar living his life and everybody just. You could see that you was around greatness.
Lamar grew up and had a different growing spurt once he was.
Lamar had a different outlook. He just, you know, once he had his road, he went to Long Island. He had a chance. He took it and he ran with it, and he ran right. He learned the game, and it's all a game is a business.
You also got Mook in that picture. I ran into him the other day. That's funny. I ran into him at flight crib, what have you. Marlon. Shout out to Marlon Sewell and D-Flight, whatever the case. Mook came in there, shouted us up, you know what I mean?
Mook.
So, what was it like playing with Mook? And Mook did some cross-seed stuff too.
Yeah, Mook's phenomenal athlete. Always been a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
I love how he's doing great, and I think he's a principal now.
Yeah, he works in the school system.
He helping, he giving back. He from the hood. He doing great. But playing with Mook, most of the time when I play in the 40 and over, I only play because Mook. Mook said, Mel, come on. That's my connect right there. He's like, yo, let's go. All right, let's go. I got my point guard. So, you know there we go. There we go. He's going to score regardless himself.
Also got legend Charles Jones up in that picture as well.
Charles Jones. Charles from the same area. I used to look at Charles and Soul in the Hole, and anybody that know New York basketball in the 90s, Soul in the Hole was like, it was one of everything.
Yeah.
That park used to be packed. It was in the hole. You had people like Booger there, Charles Jones. I was a kid playing with these guys.
Way back.
But doing great to the point that they giving me respect. But
Charles Jones, we went to camp. Me, LeVar Folk up in Pennsylvania, and Stephon was on that bus with us. We played together. And the second year, Charles Jones played, and man, I thought he was killing it even when he was young. Courtney from Boys and Girls made the top 10 as well. And then after that, man, I just started hearing more stuff. And then when you see the Soul in the Hole, I'm saying like, yo, that's CJ right there. Like him, his brother, Lamar Jones.
CJ.
Shout out to the brothers, the Jones brothers.
The Jones brothers. So, funny, I'm a Jones too. With CJ, man, I remember Soul in the Hole playing against them. After playing against CJ, I knew that I had to dunk on everybody. The stuff he was doing as a kid, no way. No way.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. So we about to sign off on Gems in the Rock. Any closing that you want to give to the young up-and-coming ballers that's coming up? What would you suggest to give as far as tools, giving them off the court and on the court?
Off the court and on the court. If you're choosing to get in this field, work. You have to understand, first thing, that school, doesn't just count when you decide that you want to do school. It starts, they watch all your grades from the beginning. Then when it comes to work ethic, no work ethic counts more than your work ethic. And your work ethic has to be something that that's how you lead. You don't lead by just talking. Show your work ethic, show your movement, show how hard you go. And then your friends knowing that you're the best and you going this hard, I gotta go harder.
That's what's up. As far as on court?
On court, man, listen, I love what y'all young guys are doing. Keep on adding to the game, keep on reinventing the game. We made this game. Let's do this, y'all. Just keep on growing. I love what y'all doing. Make some new stuff, show this lead, help them out to sell your product, and keep it up, y'all.
Shout out Gems in the Rock, man.
Shout out Gems to the Rock.
Shamel Jones, that's what's up, yo. Holla at your boy.
Trey, keep it moving. I love you.
I love you too, boy. You already know it, boy. Mad trophies back in the cut, man.
Mad trophies.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe so y'all won't miss out on the next Gems in the Rock episode coming soon. Each one teach one. Keep spreading those gems in the rock. Make sure you hit up the Cash App in case you want to donate or support. Or if you have a business that you want to promote on my show, hit me up in the email, hit me up in the inbox so we could work out those numbers where we could just get your advertising on the show where it could be rotated every time the show comes on. And thank you for your support once again. Salute to all of the ballers. Keep on working out, keep your game tight, and try to do what's right. Peace.
Our first championship, they rebuilt the school. We got a new gym, we got a new auditorium. Everything we did, them years at Robeson, when after that, it was just great. Mike came in. We just had a whole bunch of a line of good athletes.